Black in you? Okay.
All right.
These are some pretty standard decks from earlier in the, earlier sets.
Yeah, this is a little bit in the Wayback Machine, although I don't think Krillin ever lost.
Yeah, Krillin's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
After they errated the Namekian Mastery after set 1, then he's certainly been definitely top 2, I'd say.
Yeah.
Him and Ginyu and Piccolo have always kind of been good.
And I was saying this earlier, I was surprised I haven't seen as much Ginyu, but I think now we're starting to, we'll probably.
Tug of War hurt them really badly. Tug of War was a very bad card for them to have printed.
Yeah.
It's very hurtful. I actually know both of these guys from old games.
Yeah.
I used to play the WoW TCG and the Versus System TCG.
Oh, I played Versus System. Well, I never really traveled for it, though.
I know I played Versus with Milton and Ryeland.
Ryeland actually is Jacksonville. Plays at Jacksonville Game Center, hosted the
Oh, you can see it on his shirt, yeah.
I met him there in passing.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We met him a few years ago.
We got Milton Figueroa here piloting Black Devious Ginyu. And we got Ryeland here, and he looks like we've got Black Devious Krillin. So a little bit of the old stuff with the new stuff. So we should be interested to see where it goes. Cards to look out for here is obviously we're probably going to see some Sinister Chokes here from Ryeland. That card is super powerful. Yeah, 40 minutes.
40-minute rounds, yeah. It looks like they're still shuffling.
I'm interested to see Milton with Black Ginyu here. It was kind of thought that Ginyu fell out of favor.
Yeah, Tug of War hurt it.
Tug of War
it killed it.
Such a scary card.
If that card resolves on you 2 or 3 times, you can really just get crushed.
But then you get to lay back on the powerful black cards that we've had forever. And Black Mastery still says your opponent discards the card.
That card's still real good.
That still works out really well.
I think, and Black Ginyu specifically is more aggressive on your opponent's stages, which can be really, really good against Krillin.
Yeah.
If Krillin can get stage locked, you can just keep entering on him, and he really can't do too much to stop you from doing it. And that leads me to say that whoever wins the dice roll and goes first is very important. If Krillin can power up and have some defense, or if Ginyu gets to go first and attack first and get a very strong first attack.
Right.
That can be really, really powerful.
Those first few tunes are going to be huge for Ginyu.
Yes.
I really think.
If Krillin gets set up, things become very difficult. The more black power-ups and smoothnesses you have to work your way through just makes the game harder and harder. But it does look like Milton won the roll the way that things are going here.
Guys, and here we go with round number 6 of
His
the
hand looks really good too. Overpowering attack. Yeah, he's just going to enter right away.
Oh yeah, that hand is very premium to enter with, especially with the overpowering attack there.
See what he's going to start with. Usually you start with the Ginyu power.
Right.
And go get Birder. Just start bashing those stages off.
Oh yeah, and then Black Declaration there. I mean, that's perfect for the mastery.
Great hand to start up with. All right, he's going to start with overpowering attack, it looks like.
There's Birder.
Yep, Birder comes right out. And it looks like Ryeland's going to take it. Doesn't have a block.
Yeah, I mean, it's turn 1 in a deck that runs now predominantly mostly physical blocks with some energy defense.
There's the Sinister Choke. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But Black has
5,
no
6.
shortage of endurance, especially with Optic Blast now.
Yeah, Optic Blast is really good.
Yeah.
The more of those freestyle cards they print with endurance, the more Black Devious is going to want them. Okay. Well, it looks like Ryeland's hand is not terrible itself. It has Confrontation and Black. Let's see, what is that?
It'll be interesting. I don't know how much mileage he's going to get out of Defensive Burst here.
No, Defensive Burst probably isn't going to do a ton.
In the bin.
He went ahead and used his hero power, though, so we're going to That's pretty much what you would expect of it.
It's the standard, especially if Ginyu's gonna. It dissuades him from leading out with his mastery now.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially if you want those stages with Burger being in play. So it'll be interesting to see here.
What's the other card?
I can't quite make out the other card after.
Is it the one where you gain 4 stages and it does 4 stages of damage?
That might be it.
That card's very dark, like the card in his hand seems to be very dark. So I think that might be it. It's got Wheelo on it.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
Certainly. Okay, so we're back on Milton now.
I mean, at the go, it feels like overpowering attack would be okay. But then again, now you have to worry about Krillin discarding for his mastery. So
he's already used it for overpowering. He started with overpowering attack.
Or
so
I mean, Ginyu's power.
Ginyu power, sure.
Ginyu's power,
yeah.
sure. One of the two were left.
Well, I think you could be relatively certain that it's going to hit, so you could go get Jace.
And then he could just discard for his mastery the right after. So I think this is good here, discarding the declaration, kind of force the issue on the crit now.
All right, so it looks like we're going to banish the Sinister Choke, and we're going to discard probably that Wall Breaker. That Wall Breaker's no good.
That Wall Breaker is, well...
I mean, it is discard fodder to the mastery.
I mean, Ginyu level 2 is okay. It's not a bad one. Getting to level 3 is really good.
He's got the Confrontation in his hand, though. That's not what I would have expected. Okay, so we're going to destroy Birder. That's very...
Well, I don't think you want to lead out with Khan because you need to get your power out there. So if he's tempted to master...
No, certainly. I can only... I guess he's going to discard the last card in his hand with his mastery? Okay.
Yeah.
And it was that card I was thinking of. Black Defensive... No, goodness, I can't remember the name of that card. I don't play it very often. But raise your anger, or lowers your opponent's anger 1.
Right, gives you. And then if it hits, you gain stages. Right? Is that one?
No, you gain stages as a secondary effect.
Right, that's it.
Okay.
All right, we see Black Dense Ball, Black Swipe come off the top.
There's the Jace. Milton's actually playing this out really well, where it looks like he's probably going to get off a Jace attack as well. So
it's going to be a very nice turn for him. The big thing about Krillin, though, is if Destructo Disc isn't there yet, it's always a threat.
It doesn't matter how long the game goes.
And it could be as long as it wants, and he banks it. And
there's a Wall Breaker.
I think that was good for Ryeland to keep that over the Confrontation. I do think Ginyu level 2 and 3 will present a problem.
Okay. Ryeland's obviously played this matchup a lot. He wants to... He has a very specific idea of what he wants to do.
And there's Black's shining example of endurance there.
Yes. Boatloads of endurance. Okay, so we're not going to get to gain the anger from Jace, but Jace is going to use his power for 6 life cards in a stage.
Not a bad chunk of change there.
No. And this is what I was talking about when Ginyu gets to enter first. Now, Ryeland may be playing the all Dragon Balls version of Krillin, where he's not playing very many attacks, and he's just trying to win by Dragon Ball victory.
Right, and just getting a good upward dodge for 9.
Yeah,
you know,
just sneak those 9 power attacks in there every once in a while.
Those are generally okay, too.
Not bad.
All right, so it looks like we've escaped combat. He took a big chunk there, but nothing, nothing too crazy. It's still early.
Could have been a lot worse. I've seen a lot worse. And he's got the smoothness here, so that's going to be excellent.
An extra card in your hand each turn is great, especially when you're trying to throw one away each turn.
I don't think Milton wanted to see that black smoothness on the first turn. That's always hard to deal with.
You guys complaining about Sylviar. Why aren't you showing how fast you can play at our ARGCS?
Oh, there we go. Dragon Ball 4.
That was nice. Nice response there real quick. Nice and clean. Get that out of here.
And he's probably not going to want to enter combat right now, but...
All right, we're going to read you. Regarding Force of Will, we're actually just streaming Dragon Ball Z for now.
Yeah, I think the Force of Will stream may have changed over, or... Oh, wow, it looks like Ryeland drew another black smoothness drill. That's so funny. And the black power-up, that'll also be very good.
Sometimes the righteous are rewarded.
Wow.
Man, that was a brutal draw there. That's how you get back in it.
That's really going to hurt Milton
from
moving forward.
Get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
Now. Although we have declaration on the table, but
it does. It's certainly being strained with all the targets that it has right now.
A lot of resources being pulled in different directions here.
Absolutely. I don't think we'll probably be seeing combat for a few turns unless we have a really excellent hand.
Thank you. We can see a little better now on the chat, guys. So.
And it looks like players just confirming a few things here.
Yeah.
I think we're about to be going into Milton's turn. Dragonball 4, destroy that. Yep. Okay, so it looks like we have the judges over there.
He had 2 cards in his hand.
Oh, yeah, certainly. When he has to discard at the discard step.
Down to 1
he may have missed that step.
Yeah, you know.
And a lot of people don't realize that, you know.
No, that's
certainly
actually one of my first really kind of difficult judge rulings in a sense was kind of explaining someone that the discard step checks every time.
Each player's turn.
Every player's turn.
For both players as well, you know.
So.
Okay, let's see what we're going to do here.
The thing, I think what they're looking at here is since he played those, were those in his hand.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we saw what he drew, which was the power-up and the smoothness for sure. But it looks like they're going to make him shuffle it back in and go for another.
And that's okay.
Yeah, and that's fair. I mean, it's just going to be a random draw here.
Right.
Like, you know.
That's what they're going with. I've seen a dig in the bin, so maybe they're.
Krillin playing dig your grave. That's interesting. You don't see that too often.
Dig.
I mean, it's an unbelievable card. You know, it's just. I'm not 100%. Okay, so what are we doing here? Oh, it looks like they're just going to allow him to keep it.
Which is cool. Good way to go about that.
Yeah, and those are the cards that he drew. So we saw that.
We get a little more information, so it's okay. I'm glad we went that route for resolve.
Yeah. Don't you usually like to keep the declaration in your hand? I like to keep the declaration in my hand as a second card.
Well, it just makes you think what that card in his hand could really be. Because
you get it to discard to the mastery.
Right.
That's how I like to do it usually.
So is that other card that good to keep in the hand, or maybe it's his third?
Well, I'm saying he has smoothness drill, so he didn't even have to lay it. He could have kept 2.
Right. Yeah.
One of them being declaration.
Maybe with all the hubbub of that.
Yeah,
scenario.
certainly. Maybe.
And then we see our first disc of the match.
I think Milton's entered combat here. He's going to start with Ginyu's power. And let's see what we're going to get. Birder's already in the graveyard, or the discard pile, I suppose. What are we going to get here? Okay, we're going to get Guldo. And I believe that he's on very few stages, if any.
Oh, yeah. As far as what I'm seeing, I don't see any stages.
I don't think he has any stages.
I think he's a 0.
So Guldo's going to be live. But Ryeland's going to swipe some cards out here, and I bet you he swipes out that Birder.
Yeah, that Birder is not long for this world. Black Foreshadowing, another good choice. Defensive burst really isn't scary.
All it does is live cards in this match.
We were thinking of Black Dismissal.
That's the name of that card.
There we go. I was thinking.
Got it. You clicked it. It is Black Dismissal.
All right, so it's on to Ryeland here. It'll be interesting to see what he's going to lead out with. I'm pretty sure it's going to be that power there.
He does have the Destructo Disc to counter the Guldo. So he's got options.
Get that Guldo out of here.
He's got options.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it looks like it is going to be the Destructo Disc. Okay. That unblockable, unpreventable.
Just stop it with Guldo, get that free damage in for the turn.
That's what he's going to do.
Cashing in for damage is never bad.
So all the rest of his attacks are going to do +2/+2 for the rest of the turn. That's going to be pretty good. And we're going to take the stage on Jace. And then
again, you never really has a shortage of friends to take stages with there. Oh, it's a nice little chunk.
And you know, that black shoulder charge, you just saw 2 of them get milled. It's been really good.
It's really good just recurring that card you want.
Yeah. It keeps you in the game when the game gets close. You know, a lot of interesting things about black shoulder charge. Oh, wow, and it looks like we have another overpowering attack for Milton.
Wow. Great.
It's a good thing we swiped that Birder.
Yeah, whoops.
That sucks. Okay, so we're going to go.
This one's going to hurt, too.
Yeah, this is going to be for a lot of damage. The +2 stages,
like
+2 life cards. Yeah, it's an awful lot. I think you're right, 8 and 2.
Ugh.
So you have, there's your 3 endurance card. That's what you wanted. Okay.
All right, we got a
we did get a critical damage. I don't think we have a target, but
yeah.
That's one of the strengths of Krillin is that it's not weak to critical damage effects at all.
Right. Oh yeah, because they just if you want to steal a ball, fine. I like using it too.
Lower my anger. I don't care. Don't play any allies really, except for Kami.
Yeah, right now it looks like Milton's just firing it on all cylinders here.
Yeah. He's got a Sinister Choke in his hand, which is, again, going to do the +2/+2.
We got a time sitting there, another declaration.
Oh,
and
yeah, Ryeland's got to get out of this combat.
Get out of here, yeah.
The black power-up. Yeah, I think you got to lose black power-up there.
Probably
It's
one
just,
of my top 5 hated cards.
Oh, I hate that card. I hate it.
Especially as an aggressive player.
All my fun decks get blown out so badly by that card. And I think, Milton knew that was going to happen. He needs to save. He needs to be able to make Ryeland blow that black power-up and see if he can find a way of doing it later.
Birder, but I mean, he got Jason. He gained 8 damage, 8 life cards off that.
And that's a good turn. That's good.
No.
Oh, we have another disc for Ryeland. His draw's been really good this game.
Coming here.
Very good game.
Oh, we got Black Corruption in the hand now.
Oh, wow. A lot of work to be done.
This is going to get really filthy here for a little bit. We got a lot of nice little back and forth here. Is that 2 defensive bursts?
I think it's a defensive burst and a finger block.
Finger block, that's right. It's the yellow from the hair.
Yeah, the yellow.
Them Super Saiyans.
Oh, and Ryeland entered combat.
Oh, yeah.
His hand is bananas.
Wow, we got double black foreshadowing here on Milton's side.
We're going to start again with Destructo Disc, it looks like.
Yep.
Why not?
Why not? It works the first time, it works the second.
3, 4, 5. That's going to be critical damage. Looks like we're going to destroy the Jace.
Get out of here, Jace.
It's the same play you used last turn.
Hey, it worked the first time. For a little bit.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got Black Lunge there. I like that attack just for the plus life cards. Runs right into the finger block.
Yeah, that's direct life cards, and
it's AT life cards. So
yeah, it's an amazing card. AT +4 life cards even. And here's the defensive burst. We're going to stop that with Time as a Warrior's Tool.
Yep.
Not really what Ryeland wanted to see, but he's still going to do fairly well in this
No real
combat.
casualties here, just kind of declaration yours, I'm a declaration you. Probably not going to do the declaration here on Dragon Ball 4. It's more scarier in the deck than in play.
Absolutely. Get rid of that blacksmith in this drill. Try to even up the board a little bit. And Ryeland's going to use his power here. It's still going to be stopped by Time as a Warrior's Tool. But
still stop, but we're looking at Goldo there.
Yep. Okay, so we're going to...
I wonder how many we got there. I see 1,
2, 3. Oh, he's got the drill over there. That's nice. Looks like 4.
We got 4 coming.
Oh, and he banished a Dragon Ball 4.
Oh, it was 5. Wow, it was 5.
Oh, wow, 5 even. And there's a Dragon Ball over there for the next one that's still in his hand.
That was a great one, and he's still got another one in the bin, so, I mean.
Yeah. Now there's another card type over there, too. He gets an additional card to destroy.
Oh, there we go. There's Corruption.
Right. There's a Black Corruption. I think we saw this coming.
Too.
Exile those 2, and we're going to get a critical damage effect and destroy Goldo. And this is really bad for Milton, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, things are not going his way.
Well, these 10-card swing right here, he's going to get with foreshadowing, so it's not bad. But he is starting to lose his board.
Yeah.
Krillin's starting to do exactly. He's putting you in the grinder.
What he always does is just so many critical damage effects you can't.
Putting you to that test.
Can't hold up. Let's see what we have here. Looks like we had Ginyu's power available though, so we're going to get Raccoon out of the grave, or out of the deck.
Fast one.
I think life deck advantage is actually in Ryeland's favor, even though he got beat down so hard on the first turn. He's had a lot of really good endurance.
Are huge.
Yes, absolutely. And we may see.
I mean.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to shuffle him in because
he's just gonna say put that back.
That's gonna be too much.
I mean, it's not a lot of damage, but you gotta just keep Ginyu. Like he's at no stages here. Just
no stages, no allies in play. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
you just keep pushing it through. You'll draw more Destructo Discs. You'll draw Dragon Ball 7.
The saving grace here is it'll be Milton's turn here as the active player, so maybe he'll be able to start.
He's going to cast the dig here, despite the fact that Time as a Warrior's Tool had been played this turn. Or was that last turn? Am I lost? Yeah, I must have lost.
Maybe was it discarded to the Master?
No, he played it last turn. This is because Ryeland entered this turn.
Right.
He's actually got that nice
Yeah, the
active
nice
player
little
thing.
old school Z active player card. Electing not to dig up, that makes a little sense.
Yeah, certainly don't want to go to the next level there.
All right, so Milton plays a black smooth stroll. That'll kind of shore him up a bit. Maybe try to catch up in the card advantage.
Catch back up into the game here. All right, Dragonball 1.
Not often you see the whole wall breaker anymore.
Not going to need the second wall breaker.
Yeah.
You know, I'm certain actually that he's done critical damage and did not destroy his own wall, destroy the wall breaker.
Yeah, that's still sitting there. That's a bit of a miss. Or was it?
No,
done
I'm
after?
certain that he's
yeah,
done.
I'm pretty sure too.
I'm certain that he's done critical damage. He must have missed
happen.
it. There are a lot of triggers in this game to remember.
Oh yeah, especially as the time goes on.
You get later in the day, things become more
games
difficult.
where the board state looks like you threw up all over the table with the orange decks.
Yeah. Black Ryeland versus orange anything.
Yeah.
You start to get really deep in
Orange
this.
20 playing like 100 cards.
It's difficult to remember your triggers.
Yeah. All right, so just a pass there from Milton. We're going back to Ryeland. Oh boy, here's Dragonball 7.
Oh.
Wonder if it's going to make an appearance.
Card
here.
is so excellent in this deck.
I think there's 2 discs in the bin.
And yeah, he does go for it, which is smart. No lookout drill on Milton's side, so he just goes ahead and mills the cards.
Yep, he doesn't even
And
wait.
It looks like he's reaching for those discs.
Yeah.
He knows what time it is. He's just going to start punching him. The best time.
Interesting to see if he just goes the 2-disc plan or
let's see.
maybe plays a little corruption there.
Doesn't look like the choke is going to be unpreventable or unstoppable.
No.
I mean, so I think the second disc is probably, if you're going to go time as Warrior's Tool, disc, I mean, come on.
You're kind of ahead here. Just jam it.
Yeah. Just really keep pressuring Milton, make him work really hard to stay in the game. And I think what we're doing now is actually playing for a top 8 berth. So
yeah. So this
really
is important to both players. So it's okay to be cautious there, but honestly, time and 2 discs seems okay the way the pace is going. Ginyu still doesn't really have a lot of stages.
Absolutely. And you have Kami. You're just making Milton want to enter.
And then see, now he has a draw like this. So I mean, it's not really anything to talk about.
Okay. Milton's trying to decide what he's going to keep.
Double visiting, though.
Yeah, double visiting is nothing to sneeze at.
Ryeland here to enter and have to respect some of the cards he can throw back, especially happens to draw a sphere here.
I imagine that must be his plan. He's going to check for the sphere, I think, the graveyard.
I don't know if I've seen one.
I don't believe so. It doesn't look like there's one in there.
You have to put your opponent on a sphere, even though they may not play him.
Yeah, even if you haven't seen one in the whole deck, I mean, it's very hard. If you're leaning on that event and they cancel it, you can die very easily.
I can't really see. I think he should be at 4, either 4 or 6 above. So he's got a little bit of ammo to work with now, and you're not really dealing a ton of stages.
Yeah, it's hard to see the dice that he has keeping track,
so
but
forgive us there, guys.
I believe Ryeland is at full 10. So I think Ryeland's still considering whether or not he's going to enter combat here.
Yeah, I mean,
with about 20 minutes left in the round, these guys should do just fine. I think.
No slow playing here. Game's going at a good pace. It's just, I think he might have declared here.
Okay, so Milton, Milton is considering his visiting the past targets. And this is always very complicated when you know exactly what your opponent's hand is, but there's not much you can do to stop it. He doesn't have that new Android 19 energy block.
Ensnared?
Yeah, it looks like ensnared. And he actually rejuvenated a second ensnared that turn, so he's playing more than one.
That is interesting choice. I'm a fan of that card.
Yeah, I like that card too. It's an interesting card that you don't see very often.
It has endurance on it. I mean, it's
how bad could it be? You know? The great thing about the Black Devious Mastery is all of your cards get the +1 attack or +1 stage, +1 life card. So you can play anything.
Yeah.
Devastating Blow starts to look like a pretty darn good card when a pretty darn good attack.
Most of my stuff. I don't care if it's getting buffed or not, but I'm right there with you.
I like it.
Every little bit helps.
It doesn't hurt. That's for sure.
So yeah, it definitely looks like Ryeland's entered here. Milton's figuring out if this.
Milton's got a lot of tough choices. He's going to have a hard time winning this game.
And he knows he doesn't have spheres in his hand, so maybe this is the route to go.
Okay, so we're going to get the shoulder charge. That'll keep him in the game a little bit better.
All right.
Okay. And let's see here. Certainly want to get the shoulder charge back, and I think he's just going to try to do a little bit of damage.
All right,
with
so 4 to 7 cards. Here we go. I entered against my opponent with 7 cards. We'll see here.
They know this is going to be close to the last combat. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ryeland's just checking the amount of cards in Milton's hand. I can't believe you actually have 7 cards. This is crazy.
Well, actually here, wouldn't the 4th visiting of the past trigger visiting, putting a card back to the bottom of your deck?
The second one, yes, it would, and I think that's what Ryeland's saying there.
That's what we're saying right now.
Excellent,
hey,
excellent call. You kind of forget about that when you're playing it on defense, getting it for free all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it came back.
Okay, so he's just going to lead with the Destructo Disc.
Might as well.
Don't got to think about it that hard. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get the critical damage effect, and
I don't think we'll see a steal here. I think we'll just...
No, he doesn't want to get it stolen. Well, stealing it back doesn't hurt him. Get rid of the Dragon Ball for free. Well, let's see what Milton's got on the stack here. He's got double black shoulder charge, so he can put some life cards back in his deck for sure.
Recover a little bit here.
And I think he's going to start with a discard to the mastery. He just wants to
he
get...
knows that finger block does nothing.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, that's a little bit of a win. But
that's great. You probably saved yourself a few life cards.
I think just with the sheer volume of cards, valuing the time a bit higher there.
4, 5.
7's going to get banished, so that was a great attack. Did he take an extra one there?
It looked to me like he took 6.
I'm thinking he took an extra one, but he should have taken 1 less with the Dragon Ball being removed. I think that was just not quite paying attention there.
Maybe missed it a little bit. But he's going to be, I think he's going to make it to the next combat. Ryeland doesn't think he's going to be able to, but the double shoulder charge, we're going to put a lot of cards back.
Oh, yeah.
We have an energy block for the Krillin power.
Resistance there.
Yep. Those are his 2 cards left.
This is idle time.
I can't do anything about that.
So is that 4 disc this game?
I believe so.
That's 4 disc.
When you start off at a 20-point life advantage, it's hard to overcome, but Milton's trying his best. It looks like he's got some... He may be able to do it.
A game of it here.
It's close. It's going to be a very close game.
7 might be a start, but I don't think we're looking at anything in that route. There's no choke in his hand. It wouldn't be live anyway.
The black shoulder charges. That's the only way he can do it, is to put cards back into his life deck and get to the next turn, and maybe... I don't know what we're going to do at that point.
Tear into him. Do something.
It's going to be tough.
Cards.
Ryeland's very far ahead in his draw. His draw was incredible this game.
Yeah,
you just see how far ahead he is.
Pretty much every answer, and he played it very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to go with
okay, so here we go.
Both players are going to get to choose a card in their discard pile and put it back on the top.
So Milton's going to want to set up his next combat here.
Oh, that was a pretty slick choice.
Oh, the black power-up there.
Black power-up says, all right, well, you're going to have to enter on me.
Yeah, you have to enter. So knowing that, I believe Milton's got a bunch of choices here. I think you could argue for overpowering attack, certainly, even if there's not a lot of great targets left. Looks like he's going to go for a stare down, a nice staple card. And then we're not going to get the hit effect because obviously Time is Warrior's Tool is stopping all the attacks.
So
but putting the fourth life card back into your deck is going to allow you to enter combat and try to not die.
Right.
Another black power up.
Well, this is interesting since he entered. So
he knows he's going to draw 2 cards that aren't blocks and they're not attacks. And okay. I think Milton's got a bit of a plan here.
That Milton's going to be drawing kind of a weak hand here by putting just, a stare down and another shoulder charge on top. That's not really lucrative.
You're not doing too much.
You're not
that's
really
for sure.
doing a lot there.
I think Krillin's on 4 stages, though, so maybe he hopes that he could stage lock him.
Looks like combat's over. Kami's going to go ahead and place the top card at the bottom.
Okay.
Time is a warrior's tool.
And we're back over to Milton here.
All right. So we know 2 of them, so we get to see a third one. It looks like that's that ensnared we were talking about.
That's the ensnared that he rejuvenated earlier.
Android 17 ally here.
Okay. So we're alive here. We have a few things going on. This is not the best situation to be in, but you got 4 cards and a prayer, so you got to enter.
That Dragonball 1's so awkward.
Right now. It's very, very awkward.
You're like, all right, well, it looks like I think he's got about 1 card.
We got the double black power up, and I didn't see the other card. It looked like it could have been confrontation.
These shoulder chargers better do about 20.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. But if it hits, I believe you get to rejuvenate a card, is right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got 2 cards left in his life deck. You know, Milton's playing this well. It's a difficult scenario to encounter, but oh no, it looks like Ryeland's, the other card that he drew was Sinister Choke.
Uh-oh.
Oh gosh.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Only 5.
Well, it doesn't matter. If it hits, it's
Yeah,
it's
if
over.
it hits and it's going to, then that's going to be all she wrote. Milton's trying to find his way out of this. I don't think there is a line that he can take.
I think you might want to, go back to about 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
That'd probably be your best answer. It's just unfortunate here.
Well, those destructive discs are powerful.
So he got a rejuve.
Yep, we're going to put a card down. And I think we're passing over to Ryeland here, and it looks like he's going to cast the Sinister Choke, and that's probably going to be it.
I mean, honestly, what do you have to be afraid of here?
I think he does have to be concerned of a block.
Sure.
If the card isn't blocked, then he has no more action this turn.
So
And
maybe his mastery first. Oh,
okay.
no, we're going
He's going to
for
go
it.
ahead and go
He's
for it.
got it.
And I think that's going to be it.
He knows I'm Black Pearl and I'm Deciduin.
And there you go.
That'll do it.
I think Milton's going to extend the
And
hand here,
Ryeland's
and there's the game.
it.
You know, a really well played game by Ryeland.
Yeah.
I mean, he had all the cards, but he also played them very well.
Milton
So
was just put in a situation where he was just had nothing to do. He
Yeah.
did the plays, and Milton was just getting the cards.